Hi, dear one. My name is Erika Schreck, and I know you've been through a lot. I know that you've had your own personal journey these last few years. I know that we've had a collective experience as well that has affected all of us in the way that we might not even realize how different we have become. And I think that that happens in our lives through natural cycles, through tragic circumstances, unexpected kinds of things, expected journeys. And what I find is that it's helpful to take a moment to realize and to ask yourself this question: who are you now? Who are you now? And where are you now? What kinds of needs do you have now? What do you know about yourself that isn't true, but perhaps was even last month or a decade ago, several years ago? The more that we are aware and intentional and then active about staying in touch with our current needs and taking actions, having thoughts that more so align with the person we are in this body, in this energy at this time, it can be so helpful. And when we have something like a pandemic that comes along and we all jump into surviving and, coming up with creative kinds of solutions and approaches, some of us haven't yet taken a breath and realized, wow, we just did a lot of things and we just had a lot of experiences and we're still in those things. So I have been called to create a journey that I'm inviting you to experience with me and some other dear ones, to get really clear on who you are now, what you need now, what next steps might be in the immediate future, so that you feel like you've really processed some of your own experiences and then some of the collective experiences as well. Because we're all here to learn, and whether we take advantage of that, whether we choose to be more mindful and then choose to take aligned action and stay in our truth and authenticity and authentic self as we are right now, it's a big deal. And it's so helpful. It so allows us to be in a healthier space and place in our lives. So I'm calling my offering, it's come to me in a lot of different ways, but I'm calling it March Magick. And I'm working with this idea of connecting and thriving as who you are now. And when I also decided to call it March Magick, I'm spelling it with a CK, the magic, because one of my favorite definitions that I found, I know there's a lot of connotations about that spelling, and I just want to be really clear on my own intention with that kind of magic and its intention for me. But I love this definition. Magic with a CK at the end is the science of understanding oneself and one's conditions. It is the art of applying that understanding in action. So I invite you to join me to take inventory and then to be inspired about what to do about all of this and how you can, again, thrive with where you're at and who you are now, instead of trying to apply patterns and habits and approaches that may have worked a few years ago, that maybe worked even last year, and you're recognizing that things are just kind of off. Things might need some adjustments. I know that I have found that for myself. I keep seeing this over and over again lately in my clients. And what just sort of hit me recently was this idea of, we haven't completely, a lot of us haven't taken the time to say, I'm maybe not that person anymore. And it manifests in a lot of different ways. I know that you've had, again, your own personal journeys, as I have. And I've had a lot of loss myself. I've lost two of my closest friends these last couple of years. And I've also had a lot of other things showing up, this feelings of overwhelm and fatigue. And also just recognizing that I need to do things a little bit differently. So I invite you to join me, and I will put details down in the notes and comments. Be well. I am cheering for your optimal health on all levels, spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical. And until next time, blessings on your journey.